Hey, what's up, boys and girls? This is Eddie Thoneick, live and direct from my beautiful magic room in Germany. I'm here with the boys of Future Music Magazine, and today I'm going to show you the secret weapons of the production of Live Your Life, how I created the bass, how I created the piano, edited the vocals and everything. So be prepared, it's going to be a good one. So first of all, I think the beats are an important part. A lot of people ask me how I started to do to get the beats so strong. Well, first of all, I was working. Always, I start with the bass drum, which most of the times from sample libraries don't fit properly, you know. So I have to rework them most of the time. Therefore, I use one plugin, which is called the Alchemist, which can tighten the bass drum a lot. This is the plugin, and you have some sort of functions that you can set dynamics. You can put on the release, the attack mode, and the compression and everything. So, and you can even go and widen the whole thing. So let me check. Okay, that was the wrong level. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So if we take a close look at this, it already sounds pretty tight, but I'm going to make it a little. There's one function, it's called bittersweet. I always use that. Hold on. It gives the track a little bit more attack than it used to be. Open up the ratio a little bit. The threshold, you hear it directly here. You see it's a little bit too much. But it sounds really tight now already. So in here you can adjust the bass, hear the mids and the high frequencies of the bass drum. So that's from the idea. It's the only thing that I use most of the time on the bass drum. Okay, then when I found the right bass drum, I most of the time go and check for the hi-hats. I already organized to produce a loop, which sounds like this. I most of the time take loops from sample libraries, which I'm going to cut into pieces and put together in a new way. Okay, and the hi-hats, I want them to be a little bit stereo spread. You know, so that's why I have this little beauty here. It's called the Sonarix Stereo Tools. You simply go to the wide section and just put it to the right, and then you see here how it's going to be spread. You know, now it's like quite mono, quite in the middle, and you can really spread it out. And then you can adjust if you want it to be a little bit more on the left or a little bit on the right side. So this way I have, it gives the whole beat section a little bit more room, a little bit more stereo feeling. So then I have another shaker. Now it's actually the same loop, but I put it in the background with a light phaser on it. It's a plug-in from the Cubase. And I just put a lot of feedback on there, put it on mix 100%. So together they sound like this, you know? The shaker that I'll use at the background mix is in the middle, and the main loop is a little bit stereo spread. And here we got another one that I'm using additionally. It's just a normal open hi-hat. I didn't put anything on there, just did some slight EQing, put up the heights, and did a low cut on that, so it doesn't take away any frequencies in the low frequencies. Okay, and that's what it sounds like when I use it all together. Okay, so one more important thing, of course, is the clap section, which for my track here, Live Your Life, was important. I wanted to give it a little bit of some disco clap touch, so I took a old loop, sliced it into pieces, and just took the bass drum and the clap for that one. So that's this one. So it's a very common, a well-known clap, I think, from the 70s. A little bit of EQing again, which you can see here. Just put down the low frequencies and the ones that were a little bit too much, and yeah, and some original claps like these, totally dry, and this one. I panned them a little bit. The first one I put a little bit to the left and the other one a little bit to the right, so you again get a little bit of stereo feeling here. So let's check. So that's what we have now, the whole loop, and the claps, the additional ones. So, and when I have finished the whole beat section, then I'm going to start finding the right instruments for the track. And of course, the way how I start producing is always get a piano sound and then trying to find the right melody for it. In the case of Live Your Life, I was searching for the right piano sound, and I was going through Nexus. I was searching the Ivory upright pianos, Grand Studios, but they all sounded too huge. So I wanted something like a little bit old school, and I was thinking about, well, let's go to the M1 from Korg. Yeah, so here it is, and in the browser menu you can look for the section pianos, and I just tried out some sounds, and I was focused on this sound here. It sounds really old schooly, like from the 90s. A lot of people use that one. So I said, that's gonna be the piano of Live Your Life. And I started playing, you know, I just tried to find new melodies, improvising a little bit, and that's how I got stuck into this. So very clean and simple. And I said, that sounds awesome already, but I need to get some sort of bass line to it, which is gonna make the sound positive and anthemic. So I was going to the deep tones of the piano, and it went like this. So that was the whole chord of the Live Your Life thing. It's pretty easy, just change the deep notes of it. And yeah, it turns out that everybody loved those. Okay.
So I mean, for anybody that doesn't play, isn't trained on piano like you, what's some of the rules to doing that melodic right hand and left hand? Because that's kind of a lot of killer house tunes have that sort of
playing sync at the same time, or what?
Not just playing the root notes.
Or just I you know, normally people who don't play the piano, they are used to playing the chords with 3 fingers, you know, with these, and you can just go like. You know, that's what people can do. You know, but if it comes to the point where you have to do some melody things, then you are limited as a person who doesn't know how to play the piano. It's the same like if I would take the guitar right now and wanted to play something like this, impossible. You know, but. It's always good to have a little musical background to start doing something like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be possible for me to get to that point as well. So, of course, it's difficult to get these left hand, right hand things going. But what I can suggest is you just go and record one part. Hold on, just the right hand. So done, you're gonna quantize it. So then you have this. Yeah. And And now you can easily take the left hand and try out what you want to do. So these are the harmonies that I took for Live Your Life. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. And then you have to find the right accentuation, how you want to play the melodic part. If you want to play it like this, or you can also go like... something like that, but that was a little bit too messy for me. So I said I'm going to play it in the same way like the right hand is going to play it. So it's going to be like this. Quantize. So and you're ready to go. That's the whole piano part. Easy. One of the most important things for my productions is always getting, electronic music is always based on low frequencies. So bass and beats are the most important things to get the energy rolling in the clubs. So my productions are always filled with strong beats and strong basses. So the beats I already have. And now I was looking for the bass line. The bass line I took out of the Silent One, which I used a lot in the last couple of years. Went through the synthesizer section, and this is the preset sound. You know, it's a lead sound, and you normally won't go and use this one as a bass. So what I did, checked out the high and low frequencies here. So I said, okay, we have to filter it down. Here we go. And I wanted to give it a little bit of that wow effect, that you have like the filtered modulation effect a little bit. And that's how I do it. I put down the attack completely and just go, the decay and sustain has to be quite low. Yeah? Hold on a second. Okay, I got this one. Put the resonance a little bit up so you hear the wow effect a little bit. And then most of the time it's a freeware that I use all the time. It's called Blockfish. I think a lot of you guys know it. It's this little beauty here, and it's from you can download it on digitalfishphones.com. It's a freeware. I use it since 4 years, I think. And there's one preset that's called Close-Up Vocals, and you just it makes the sound so much tighter. If you have a small reverb on the bass already, it sets the reverb totally. It brings it to the front. So now the sound is already a little bit better. It sounds much tighter now. That little reverb comes. You can hear the reverb properly now. And what's also very, very useful in Cubase, Logic users don't have the possibility to use it. It's the Quadra Fuzz. It's a fantastic, it's a multi distortion plugin which you can use. You can put all 4 frequencies, low, mid, and high, to distort separately, which is a fantastic tool. The only problem is it uses a lot of, see that again? Yeah. So so it gives the whole thing a little bit of dirtiness that I like in the productions. Of course, the other thing that you need is you want to get the bass line moving as soon as the beats are rolling. And that's why I put a sidechain on that. Hold on, I'll first show you the bass line, which is already here. Okay. Okay, needs a little bit more deep frequencies. There we go already. Okay, first of all we have the bass line and the bass drum. It already sounds quite tight now. The bass drum has a little bit too much attack here. Okay, it's fine. So we have all elements now actually. We've got the piano, we got the beats, and we got the bass line. Now it's time to get some additional synthesizers, which we're gonna use. Again, Mr. Silent in the house. There are fantastic lead sounds on there which you can use. So, okay, we got the lead sound. This is in the key mode. You can see how I played the notes. Yeah. So pretty easy. And for me, it's important to get a little bit movement into, a little bit speed into the track. So that's why I played it like this. And you have in Cubase you have the possibility to write and draw the whole automation scenes in there. So I put the filter in here from the synthesizer, so I can just simply draw it up and down as I want it to be, like this. Okay. And also put the reverb on it, which I also took out of the synthesizer, silent. You can see it here, and you can adjust it a little bit. I widen the whole reverb very much in the synthesizers to give them more room, to make them sound a little bit more anthemic. Yeah, the dry-wet character I put on 50%. The size is like medium. A little bit of pre-delay, so you have a little bit space between the play tone and the reverb. So, okay, a little bit of release on it, because otherwise, oh, hold on, otherwise it sounds like this. You always get those crackling sounds in there when you filter them down. You hear them here. So simply put up the release a little bit, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's one synthesizer I use. The other one is this one, which is also the silent. I just use silent in this project. So that's how I played it, and you just simply go and filter it up and down, and that's it. I didn't put a lot of effects on it, just a little bit of reverb, and that's all.